You better enjoy it while we have it. Today is the last awesome day in the forecast as we have even more heat, more sun. I am seeing a few thin clouds here on our downtown sky cam, but overall, it's another fantastic day to be out. And if you are out in the sun, you're going to just kind of feel that heat. I know I'm not exactly used to it just yet, so make sure you're, well, having some shade, some water, staying hydrated, and also, though, enjoying the weather because, like I said, it's very much numbered how long we will have conditions like this. As far as the clouds, we've seen a few of them kind of roll in, those higher level, lighter clouds. So they're not going to block out a lot of the sun as we get settled into the afternoon. And you can even see we will have some clearing. So we're just going to hover into these golden shades. And as we go into the overnight, we'll have a little more cloud cover because Friday we are going to be eyeing, well, rain to be back in the forecast. I know a lot of us have seen a lot of rain lately, but it's going to be back with a little more of a busier pattern. Now for today, it's actually Thursday, so it is the first day of the Perrysburg Market Days. Used to be the Perrysburg Farmers Market. So if you're going to head out to that, you are going to have awesome weather. It'll have that summer heat. Highs are going to be into the 80s as that gets started into the afternoon. We're eyeing about 83, and then we should hold into the 80s for the first couple of hours before holding into then the upper 70s later on into the night. So it's going to be great weather for those who are going to go and shop. Of course, we need a little more warm weather to get those gardens really going, but I'm sure the produce and even a lot of those vendors will not disappoint. Also this week, it's still the biggest week in American birding. That's going to go all the way through Sunday. As we look through the next couple of days, you're going to find those 80s for today and still the upper 70s for Friday and Saturday. So still a mild and summer feeling for the last couple of days here of birding. And the one thing to keep in mind is though we have the great weather today, we will have those storms tomorrow. So for those who go birding earlier on Friday, we'll probably have better success than those later in the day as we're going to be eyeing those showers and storms. As we get into Saturday, no raindrops here, plenty of cloud cover. So it's going to be a little more of a dreary look outside, but it's going to be mainly dry for those who are coming into town to do some birding for the final weekend of that. So just keep in mind, you are going to be working with some rainfall. Have the WTOL 11 weather app if you're headed out. Even if you're a visitor and still checking us out here, you're going to want to have that app. You can use it when you get back home, not just when you're birding here in Northwest Ohio. The sun, though, has been doing the trick to really bring us some heat. We and also Chicago sitting into the mid 70s. We actually even have some cooler numbers south of here, but you'll even find some 60s sprinkled around here and there. But overall, a really nice warm up for many of us into the eastern portion of the country. And hopefully we will enjoy it because, like I said, we are going to be finding some cooler conditions to come with some rainfall. Speaking of rain, you're probably going to hear about some stronger storms that are going to be off into the central plains. You can see already we have some warnings there off into the northern portion of Louisiana. We also even have some moisture that's starting to kick in. So here's the center of our storm. You can kind of see it circulating. It's kind of just developing there around Denver and in Colorado. And then it's going to start to shift a little bit further east. As it does, it's going to pick up this moisture that we're watching. So that's why you are going to find some stronger storms into the central plains before it then starts to move our direction. So the center of the storm, we'll keep an eye to that, but also the fronts that are going to be coming with it. Like I said, we are eyeing that potential for some stronger storms today. So you're going to see that into Nebraska, Oklahoma, and it's kind of that middle tier threat that we will be seeing those stronger storms. As though we are looking at severe weather into the plains, by the time it gets here, it's going to kind of be fizzled out. So I'm not anticipating seeing severe weather much into our forecast. We will have thunderstorms. And of course, when those come in, you're going to want to make sure that you head indoors, just take a quick break inside, and then we can get back to the fun. So we'll be watching that, though, severe risk out into the plains and to see how that will play with our forecast closer to home. You'll find in the hour-by-hour conditions as we go through the day, we have those 70s and then some more 80s. A few clouds try to slip on through, but really today is the peak day of the forecast. If you like the heat, we'll have that too. As we go into the overnight, you'll notice a little more cloud cover does start to move in by Friday morning. And though we have a stray shower, much of the rain activity going to be after 2 p.m. So this is the clock at 8 a.m. But as we go through the day, you're going to find a little more green and even some thunderstorms that do start to develop the later half of Friday. So keep that in mind if you're going to maybe try to grill Friday night or do a bonfire. The rain might have something else in mind as far as those plans. So just be mindful that the rain is here for Friday. Saturday, that threat will push a little bit further south. So maybe if you need to do a little lawn mowing, you can do that on Saturday. You can get it done today and then you don't have to worry about the on and off rain chances going through the weekend. So today, just get it done. Check that off your to-do list. Again, that rain chance later on Friday, bringing us the red mower. And then Saturday, we're back into the green mower as we're, though, going to have cloudy skies. It's going to be a mainly dry day. Sunday, however, we're kind of in that yellow category as far as our rain coverage because it'll be a brief shower or a few of them that's going to be rolling into the forecast. Of course, that will also align with Mother's Day. So, of course, keep an eye on that rain chance for Mother's Day. But even tomorrow, as we're talking about some early summer thunderstorms, you're going to find, of course, radar will be a helpful tool as that gets closer. And of course, that daily tab as well, staying ahead of any stronger storms if they do develop, which again, unlikely, but you will be able to keep an eye to that forecast using the WTOL 11 weather app. For Mother's Day, a preview of that forecast, we're eyeing upper 60s to be here on Sunday. So it's going to be a little bit of a cooler feeling. We should be talking for this point in May, we should be looking at lower 70s. So it's going to be a little bit of a cooler one for Mom, and the brief shower chance is not going to really help out with those temperatures. But the rainfall, though the clouds are going to be here, overall, it's not going to be a super soaker of a day, but it is just going to be one that will be eyeing those rain chances. As we head throughout, though, the next couple of days, you'll find us on and off with the rain. So just be mindful and just keep an eye to the weather for tomorrow with those thunderstorms, mainly after the 2 o'clock hour. Once we have that rainfall come through, we'll have then a little drop on Sunday with highs that'll be around 67. Also to go with that rain chance. And then we do have some 70s and dry weather, but a cold front's going to move through here on Wednesday. So that's going to be taking those highs into the 60s. You're going to find the dry weather for all of next week. A shower chance again on the weekends. Just a heads up, the atmosphere is kind of getting locked into a pattern. So these weekends could be a little bit wet here for a while, at least as we get towards the later half of this month because of this pattern being locked into place. So just be mindful. It'll be a little bit cooler, maybe a few more wet weekends. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye to that here with the WTOL 11 weather team watching that. So make sure you stay tuned with the app.